How's it going? My name is Anthony Gray of Grayscale Painting. I've gotten a few requests about doing a painting like this. It's really based off of the rainbow rose that I've done. I've got the idea of doing these series of paintings from an artist named Tim Gagnon, incredible artist. I'll put his link down on the description. Okay, extremely talented artist in oil and acrylic paint. Okay, what I'm going to do, much like the rainbow rose, is I'll do a floral. As you can see, this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, actual canvas. I broke it off into 5 stripes of 4 inches apart. Okay, all right, and you'll see the process involved in doing something like this, which is a lot of work. So in this video there'll be a lot of editing involved, because it is time consuming to do one of these, but people wanted a tutorial on it, so I'll do one here. First off, I will block in the area of the open rose, okay, and I'll do it in basic black and white gray, but I'm gonna do it in light gray, and there's a reason for that. And I'm going to do it, no glycerin will be involved, maybe a little bit of water. As I'm talking to you, I'm just gathering a brush that will be large enough for me to cover most of this, and I got one. Okay, all I'm using is just plain black and white. Once I apply the paint, I must let it fully dry. So when I apply the other colors, I'll see the obvious different tones that it's going to take with this neutral color of gray. Okay, so every time I do one of these, it kind of progresses more and more for an easier way to do these. All right, now one of the main things you really should do when you want to do something like this is make sure you have more than enough paint to do these. Okay, so you can pretty much keep the color that you're blocking in the same color. Once again, I want to use a light gray for this so I can keep the tones of when I apply the other colors. Okay, so I really don't want the gray to be too dark, okay, because the other colors will help that out. But you'll see once I do this, and hopefully I made enough of this gray. I did put a little bit of water in it to thin it out. I use heavy body acrylics. All right, okay, once again, this is just a pure blocking out process for this. All right, okay, let's just start off with the flower in itself, where I want the main shape of the flower. And there's a reason why I'm tackling it in this fashion. And this color gray should be fine for what I would like to do. I'm not painting in the leaves as of yet. I'm just blocking out the area for the flower right now. The reason why I'm using water with the paint is that it dries immediately, or it dries faster. Any type of medium you use with acrylic will prolong the drying time of the paint, which is not what I'm looking for, especially when you're doing a video and you got to do a lot of editing. All right, so that's not really what I'm looking for, or what I need right now. Once again, I'm just blocking in the flower. I want to do the edges first, in case I run out of paint or it gets a little thin. At least I got the edges taken care of. And that's basically what I want with the edge of this particular floral. Then block in the rest. And once again, I hope to have enough paint to block it all in, because I really want it in one tone. I'll work out everything else later on. I just want to block it in. And I do believe I got enough to block it all in. This type of painting is not necessarily just for a big flower. You can do whatever subject you really want, to be honest with you. It's just I chose the flower. And once again, it appealed to so many people when I did this. Okay, now I still got quite a bit of gray left, and I'm adding a little more black to it. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, loosen up this paint, and what I'm gonna do is block in now the leaves. So the leaves will be a little darker. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that I got enough paint to at least do that. As you can see, and I'm just really just gonna block all of this in. The actual design of the florals will come a little bit later. Right now I'm just blocking in tones. Nothing really spectacular. Once again, I'm just blocking this stuff in. When it comes to actual painting of the floral, the leaves themselves, it'll take the kind of characteristic shape that you're kind of accustomed to seeing me do. Okay. But right now I'm just, once again, just blocking this in. Okay. Just like so. And right in here. Once again, I know it looks kind of nuts, but once again, once you block it in, and the type of painting that I'm doing, you'll understand why I'm doing it in this fashion. Once again, I'm just blocking all of this in, just like that. Okay. All right. So I shall be back. It'll be a quick jump cut for you guys, but once it's totally dry, we'll continue on with the real interesting part of painting in the background colors. All right, and there's going to be a little different. The technique is the same, but there will be a slight difference from the rainbow painting. Okay, welcome back. I shall be back. It's totally dry now. All right. Okay, part of the magic of doing something like this is what I didn't do with the rainbow painting is we're going to do a gentle transition of color. Okay, probably from dark to light. Okay, and the floral will also be done in the same way. Okay, so it gives this weird juxtaposition, but with the symmetrical angles. All right, and I'm going to do a nice straight, and I got the pre-made pencil lines, but I erased them. Get enough tape. All right, and you're going to do it as even as possible. Okay, you will need tape. You can't be stingy with the tape. All right, give a nice little press, just like so. Now, when you apply the color to this, okay, the gray will show through. The lighter the color, the more of the floor will show through, but it will show through regardless. But this is pretty much the first stage of it right now. All right. Okay, I'm going to take my favorite brush, which is a 2-inch flat. I'll show it to you here. About 1.5-inch flat brush. And I'm going to use nothing but the solid orange color. Now, there won't be any medium or anything added to this at this stage because you really want the paint to dry. All right. All right. and you kind of firmly want to press that edge, so when you peel the tape off, you got a nice crisp edge. Okay. All right, and we're going to get right on to it here. First off, I'm going to just use the orange paint in itself. Okay, pretty thick stuff, but you should still be able to see. Should still be able to see the flower once it dries. You'll see the pattern of the floral. And you want a nice crisp edge when you do this. So it's not really too bad to do. Pretty fun, and you know the effect is pretty cool. To do this as a painting project for like a class or whatever, just be prepared to stick around a while. This is something that you really can't do in 30 minutes. Now, once again, the secret to this is don't use any water. You want this paint to go on good, go on solid, and you want it to dry. As you can see, you can still see the pattern through this with that neutral, that gray. Okay. Now, as it dries, you'll see it even more. You follow me? And what you do really is just let it dry. It does dry quickly. Okay. Now, while it's drying, I'm going to get a strip of tape. You will be going through some tape, no doubt. Now, I'm doing this because of the time frame of the video. Okay, I don't want to keep you guys here forever. It's going to take a little while to do this regardless. And remember, it is 4-inch blocks that I'm doing this in. All right, so while that is drying, and it has to be totally dry, I got one prepared already. Okay, this has to be dry because you need to block the proceeding. You need to block your proceeding paint. So when it dries and you peel off the tape, you can, if you want to conserve tape, you just take it, flip it upside down, okay, and then use that edge just to block this color, protect that, and then you go the next shade lighter, the next shade lighter, the next shade lighter, the next shade lighter. You understand? Okay, and that's basically what we're doing. So once again, while I'm waiting for it to dry, I can get the other one prepared here. So it moves right along. Like I said, each time I do one of these, it kind of progresses more and more. You just find easier ways to go about it. It still achieves the same effect. All right. So when I do this one and it's finished, I just flip this one over. You do the next one. Then you use this one, flip it over. All right. And depending on how much paint you used. All right. Okay. I got one more here. Like I said, you will go through plenty of tape doing this. But it's, the concept of this is so unique, you know. Actually, let's bring that forward a little bit more. I think that will be okay. Just like that. But as you can see, perfectly straight line. Okay. I don't think it's totally dry yet because it's really risky to try to do this while that paint is wet, because obviously it will peel right off, and you know, you've wasted a nice chunk of your time doing it. But you take your tape, extremely careful, okay, extremely careful, and you put it on there. and very lightly you press, make it as even as you can. I don't think it's even here, but we'll work through that. As even as you can, just like that, okay? I don't have it pressed solely on this end. Like I said, I'm doing this a little differently because, once again, the time involved. Now, I'm gonna go a little dark, a little light. Okay, hopefully I made enough, and I'll just go a little bit lighter. And you'll see the difference. Go straight down with it. You want to try to cover it all in one setting there. Very light, and you let it naturally dry. All right. Now, let's take this off carefully, because you really don't want to peel off what you've done before. All right. But as you can see, a little bit comes off on the leaf area, but that's fine. There's no problem with that because it's going to be covered. But you can see the transition starting to happen there. All right. Obviously, you can't use that anymore. It's pure garbage. You just fold it amongst itself and you just toss it away. Okay, no fuss, no muss. As this is drying, okay, now you can prepare to use the other side of the tape to mask. All right. Now, obviously, it's still very wet, so I cannot do anything with it. Okay. And once again, as it starts to dry, you can still see the outline. Gray is very neutral color. All right, so you can pretty much put anything on top of gray, no matter what type of gray. But as it fully dries, you get to see the outline. The outline is the most important thing, which is why there was no detail painting in the flower. All right, you're really concerned for the outline of the blocked shape, and that's it. All right. I'll go on this side first. Once again, you just go lighter and lighter. And as you see, I move pretty briskly with it. Okay. Because you really don't have too much of a window. And I really don't want to press down too much on that tape edge. As long as I get it in there, and I block it in there fairly nice, then I even it all out. Each side has to be lighter than the previous. That's all you need. Just like that. You take your previous tape very gently and you remove it. As you see, it gets lighter and lighter. Very gradual. All right. Now, if you get a white space, as long as it's in the flower itself, it really doesn't matter. Outside the flower, it's pretty tight. That's all you ask. In here, it's all right. It's going to be covered with a rose. Don't worry about that. Don't fret. And by the time we get to the rose, this will be completely, perfectly dry. So once again, hashtag don't panic. Perfectly nice, sharp, perfectly nice, sharp edges to it. All right, extremely bleached out for the very last one, so it will almost appear white, almost, not quite. All right, which is for the very last one. Okay, and here we go. Very, very bleached out, very light, extremely light. I'm gonna keep going because this is the lightest one. Now, if If I have to get it even lighter, I will. All depends. I don't think so though. But it's extremely light for that last bit. Okay. And you can see the definite color shift. Now we just got to get something in between this color and that color. No big deal. I can just take this. It came from over here, but that's all right. This is dried up a little bit. So we'll take it very gently, put it on its edge. Very lightly. Like so. Just like that. I don't have to keep this up. I just needed to get that one tight right there. Okay. All right. I have to dig into my orange. I have to let this dry a little bit. Now I have to be careful for the simple reason that this is not entirely dry. All right, so I'm really risking it here, but once again, it's for the sake of time that I'm doing it this way. And a lot more of the seam, or the two colors, are going to be seen here. Just be very careful, as you can see that I'm doing. Just be very careful. All right, this should be lighter than this, but not darker than the last color. I just gotta be careful here. So what I'm doing is I'm going from the tape, going in. Okay. Just like I'm going in from the tape. This one's a little drier, so I can go direct. Okay. In the middle, you know, you can really work it. It's all right. As long as you're in the middle, you're good. Okay. Just be careful here, because it's starting to curl, which is fine. Let it curl. But I think I got it. I think I got it. So I can leave it be. All right. All right, let's peel it off carefully. This is the one I'm really concerned about. But it looks like I got it. But I want you to see. All right. As I'm looking at it here, I might need to once again darken this, and I am going to do that right from its edge there, just to darken it up just a slight bit. Something like that. Okay, and we'll lighten it up like just a bit. It's not going to be as light as it was before. There. And believe it or not, even though I'm doing this, you'll still be able to see the edge of the flower. Just gotta wait for it to dry. All right, this is not titanium white. Just be careful peeling it. All right, I like that a little better. That works. When it dries, you'll still be able to see the edge of the floral. All right, but there you go. This part of it, the gentle cut for you guys will be a little while for me. This has got to be totally solidly dried when we get to the other part. Okay. And once it's totally dry, you'll be able to see now. Very opaque here because of the white added, but that's okay. Once it's dry, you'll still be able to see the outline of going up to light, but it's all the same color instead of a big rainbow. It's just gradually getting lighter which is cool. Once again, opposite color of this will be blue, so it'll be a blue rose, open rose. And of course, green being related to the blue will be perfect for the leaves. All right, so you're gonna have a pretty impressive mix here. All right, okay. We'll be back and we will tackle, more than likely, the leaves first. As you can see, I'll give the camera a little pass there. You guys can see the gradual color shift there. All right. Looks a little wild right now, but everything will come into play. Okay, this type of tutorial is a little involved. A little stronger tape. You just get as close to that line as you possibly can. Okay, like so. And you're gonna paint in the leaves like you would paint in the leaves as if you were not doing anything but split colors. All right. Okay, the colors I do have is titanium white, yellow ochre, lamp black, and phthalo green. All right. Okay, we're gonna get to using a little bit of glycerin and all that fun stuff. Okay, so the leaves on this side will be a certain color. And then as we move on, okay, they're gonna represent different, once again, different hues of the same color. For the leaves, we're gonna do the same thing with the rose. The rose will be a lot more involved because roses got a lot of layers and all that fun stuff going with it. Okay, but let's do the leaves and we're gonna get these out the way. All right. Okay, I'll dip my little 1/2-inch brush into a little bit of vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin helps this heavy bodied acrylic paint to blend, and it keeps the drying time a little bit longer so you can blend. All right. All right. Okay, and I'll block in the leaves. I will handle these just like I handle any other leaf. Okay, block it in just like so. Pop it right in there. Paint it like you would paint any other leaf, really. I just don't think about that tape being there, that's all. All right, I'm dipping into more of the phthalo green. I'm getting some more glycerin. All right, we'll go to the highlighting and the shading, obviously, after I do all of this. Okay, then you start putting in your petals. Like so. You take your little time, have a little fun with this. All right. We're gonna go this way. I'm gonna take care of these leaves just like I would do any other leaf. All right. Just like so. I'll keep it like that for that one anyway. All right, let's go on to the second floral. I gotta remember to get my head out of the way so you guys can actually see me do this stuff. I'm dipping into some glycerin because I forgot. Remember, the glycerin helps heavy body paint to flow. It blends and all that good stuff. It increases the drying time. All right. And you make sure you just cover your leaf work really well. All right. Don't have to have the striations there. It's really up to you. I've been doing this for a minute, so there we go. Like so. All right, so that's leaf number 2. We got another one, leaf here on the bottom. It's mainly getting these characteristic petals in there. As you do these, you'll get better at it. All right, and you'll you can design them any way you would like. And get a little bit of glycerin. We're gonna loosen up this paint. And this is like, it's not the final coat, but it's gonna make it a little bit lighter than what you see here. Okay, and we're gonna come in, press, and you're gonna put those little striations in there, just like this. All right, we're gonna do that for each one on this side for this color. All right. Just like so. We're going to brighten these a little bit more, don't worry. But you do it all in steps and stages here, okay? So there's a little method to my madness in doing these. Each one of the colors will represent a different tone of the floral. You got me? All right. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of white and go into that lighter color I just made. So each one of these is like a little step going into the next one. So you're doing different hues of the same color. When you do the highlights, you just don't go in as far. As you can see, just a little bit. You have it going as far as you want, up to you, of how far you want this to go. Okay. Really up to you. You paint these just like you're painting a floral without any of the little special effect type things. Paint it like, you know, you were doing one without the tape. All right. Sometimes I'll tend to make these strokes a little longer, come outside a little more than the previous ones. Okay, really up to you how you want to do it. This is your petal, your flower, your world. You do it as you see fit. Right now, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of phthalo and a small touch of black for the shadow side of the leaves. Okay. So it's just a little bit of black and a whole lot of phthalo. Once again, it's truly up to you. I'll just go above this one here. All right. Once again, I am just putting in the dark part of the other leaf, give that nice contrast. Now, when I did this, you guys didn't see me do the bottom leaf because I did not move the camera. My bad. That's my bad. Sorry about that. All right. I won't do that with the next one though. All right, we'll move it down. Right here. All right. And we'll continue this on. Here. Pop it right in there. Get yourself, see, that contrast is very, very, very important. All right. Now, for those of you who might be a little new to this and maybe you're a little nervous about using this brush to do fine lines, then don't do it. I'm going to use the corner of the flat brush. I'm dipping into titanium white. All right. So it's looking like that. I'm going to use the corner of the brush and we'll put in the, see, let's put on that vein there. Just like that. Get a little bit more of that white because you're picking up the other color. And I'm just gonna kind of pop that vein in there like so. All right. Now while I'm at it here, I'm gonna get my script liner brush. I prefer the script liner than the regular rigger brush because you can kind of control that nice thin line. I'm using water, not glycerin, for the super fine lines. Water kind of cuts through the glycerin like a hot knife through butter. And then I'm just going to add. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. It's not, it's not necessary. Maybe the striations that you have will be more than I did do the, I didn't move the camera, but that's okay. You guys get the gist of it. Now, I don't have really too much more to add, so I'm not going to really get more water in there like that. I'll just kind of play with it like so. All right, that is the first batch of leaves for that color. Okay, now with the glycerin on this, obviously it's going to take a little while for that part to dry. You got me? All right, so we do have inner parts of the flower to do. Okay, but we can take this off. It's no problem. We're not going to continue on, at least on this side. So you gently peel the tape off. All right, now you see you got these 3 patterns going in one direction, but you still got a continuation of them because you can see the differences in the shades. So you still got a continuation of these leaves here, but you got leaves on the other side. So we're gonna let this to its own devices. Let's play with the other side. So let's swing the camera. And I don't need to put any tape here because the leaves aren't gonna go that far, but I do have to put the tape over on this side. No problem. Match it right with the line as smooth and as close as possible. Very important that you do that. Okay, and I think I got it there fairly close, like so. I don't have to press this one down. It's just gonna block it in. Okay, and bring it in that far. I'm making the vein for the leaf pattern just to show myself where I'm going with this guy. I got to do it a little bit further in. Okay, reason being is that the petals gonna come over the leaves a little bit. You follow me? Okay, just like that. All right, let's get some more phthalo. Let's get some more ochre. Mix it in there. Get a little bit of glycerin. Just a tiny touch of glycerin is all you need. All right, don't put too much on. You want to still keep the thickness of the paint. You just want it to flow a little bit more. All right, and we'll do the leaf pattern. Now, since the petal is right here, you can start almost right from scratch, right from here, and you can design it any way you want your petals. Okay, and you come out here and do the same thing. Make those nice little patterns there. All right, just like that. Pop them right in there. Just like this. All right. Just like that. I'm getting a little more glycerin, getting a little more phthalo, getting a little more yellow ochre, mixing it in there. All right, I already got glycerin here. And I'm making the characteristic leaf patterns, as you can see. Pop it right in there. These leaves are a little large, it's all right. Okay. Just like that. Let me make sure that this is make sure they're in focus where you can see it. Okay, the dark part of the leaves obviously are on the bottom. I'll do the dark ones first. So I'm going back into my black and phthalo. A little phthalo green there, a little more phthalo. I got glycerin on it here. And we're gonna do the bottom part. We'll start up here. Press and just fade it right into the like so. Fade it right into that leaf there. All right. Do the same thing on the other side, on the bottom, down here, dark part of the leaf. Give it a good press and put it right in. All right, and here we go. Because you definitely need that contrast. You press hard and you just lift up. Okay, so you really concentrate on getting that. There we go. Now this has got the phthalo green. This black has got phthalo green in it. Okay. All right, clean off the brush. You don't necessarily have to do the, straight lines. You can do, I'm getting a little white, going into the previous older color that I have. All right, once again, different hues of the same color. I'm just adding more titanium white. All right. And we'll start it up here. Just like that. Just like so. Put it right up in there. Do it in stages. Well, this is pretty much a medium tone. Pop it right in there. Just like so. Going more into the titanium white. Not much for the glycerin, just pure white this time. Going back up here, press. You see this? Okay. Come out here and add a little love, like so. All right. All right. Like so. Come here, do the same thing. I'm using the corner of the brush itself. Now, if you feel a little more comfortable using a script liner, then use the script liner to do them. All right, up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with to get the effect that you want. Okay. I gotta make sure that my head isn't in the way of the shot, of course. Just like that. The smaller you make the squares or the rectangles or whatever design you're doing, the more involved and the more tape you're going to use. You follow me? Okay, so it's pretty time consuming, labor intensive, but the results are incredible. Yeah, there you go. All right, okay. This is almost dry, almost, not quite. When you add glycerin to your acrylic paint, the drying time is extended a lot more. So be mindful of that. All right. Okay. So I really can't do too much to this until it dries. I can place the tape there to get it nice, still keep the nice sharp lines there. Okay, once again, it's pretty labor intensive. There'll be a lot of editing on this video. Okay, we're gonna continue this on with the leaves here. The back end of the leaves on this side, the left, the tips of the leaves on the right hand side. Now, I did put the tape on for the sake of time to get this moving along. This paint is not totally dry, but even if I peel off the tape, I can correct it, and I'll show you how to do that also. But in the perfect world, it would be pretty much dry, and you know, you can go on with this without any kind of unfortunate the blocking of the process of this. All right, so we're gonna block this lovely guy right in here, going over the leaf itself, coming all up in here, because the leaves will overlap each other over here on this side. All right. And so that's what's going on, and I will just like that pop it right in there, like so. Getting a little glycerin. This paint's a little thicker, which is all good. It's all right. Different tone of leaf here, and then we're gonna add the striations here. Now, because this paint is thicker, the same brand of paint, it's just a thicker paint, so. All right, and I'm adding in the leaf patterns. I'm just going to be a little careful about the going over the tape a little bit here. All right. We're going to move on to the other side. I'm adding a little more crimson. A little touch of green in there. I've already got black. I'm getting into my glycerin here. Pulling the flat brush toward myself. It's right in here like this. Okay. And then I'll add the customary striations, the leaf edges. Just like so. Pop it right in there. See, it's a different tone, different hue. This ought to be pretty interesting, actually. And come on the other side, do the same thing. Just like that, and just darken it, like so. All right. All right. Pop that in there. And pop that in there like that. Okay, let's go with our shading here. We're going to come in here. We're going to continue on with our reddish hue. We're going to come all in here. Pop it in there. Just like so. Pop it right in there, that reddish color. You'll see a lot more of this going on in the highlights. Just like so. So when I add the white to it, you'll see the color difference. Definitely you'll see it. Adding a little more alizarin crimson. And we're going to come on the other side, do the same thing. And you'll see the differences once I brighten this. So I'm popping a little bit of green, a little more crimson there. A little touch of glycerin here to actually, you might not see the difference yet. It's fairly dark, but it's okay. You'll see once I add some white to it. So on the side that a little brighter, I'm putting in the white. It's going to turn a weird kind of gray purple. All right. And we're going to come over here on the lit side and pop it in there. Just like that. Now I know you can only see the tail end of that because of the way the camera's situated. When it come down to the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing. See this? Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right. I think we've got that in there pretty good. We're going to go into a little more white and probably a little bit of this phthalo green, even though this is going to be the dark side of the leaf. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of white to it to get this weird kind of glow, because it is very dark there. Okay. There. Still gonna register as the dark part of the leaves. Okay, I want the striations a little smoother here, and so I'll just kind of push that back a little bit. All right. There. Same thing in here. I want to smooth some of that out a little bit. All right. Let's remove it and see what we got here. Very carefully move it, and you can kind of see where this is going. Now, I have some unevenness that I'm going to take care of here. A little bit of green, a little bit of the dark color. And we're going to even out some of these guys right up in here. Right in here. Even that out a little bit. Got a little bit of green. I'm going to take some green. All right. Oh, a little bit of that. Well, let's put a little bit of green and white there. Even that up a little bit. All right. Right up in here. Just to even out that leaf. That's all. To even it out a little bit better. All right, let's go on the other side here. I think I want to get a little glycerin here. Let's lighten up the lighter. We do the lighter side first. Right up in here. And pop that in there like this. A little bit of white, because these are the plants behind the kind of pop it in there like that. All right. These leaves that are in the back half are going to be covered, well, except for this guy right here, but they're going to pretty much be covered with leaves, or the petals of the flower, not leaves. Brush some of that back. Brush some of that back a little bit there. And we're gonna get some little phthalo, a little bit of white. We're gonna brighten that up a little bit, just in here, real quick, just like that, kind of like that, just for this guy right in here. Right where the just like that. Okay. All right, let's get a little bit of we'll use a little bit of red and a slight touch of white here, just like that. Pop red in there. Get a little bit of white, a little bit of green. This is for the vein of the plant. Just like that. All right. Just a few veins sticking out of there. All right. Make sure I get my head out of the way. Okay. I'm going to use my script liner for the next. It's just putting the veins in. Get a little bit of white into that green. Plenty of water. Just like that. Pop it right in there. Just like that. All right, we're gonna go on the other side. Continue the same process there. Continue the veins from the other half, if you would like so. Same thing here. Continue the veins from the other half of the leaf. Like that. Continue it on. So there's some type of continuity. I'll get the English language straight eventually. All right. Okay. And believe it or not, those leaves are done. Just take this off. Careful. And see. There you go. Now I totally have to wait for this to dry because quite a bit of tape is going to be used in the painting of this floral. The flower itself more or less will be in different shades of blue. So we're going to be waiting a minute or two till this glycerin and everything kind of evaporates and goes away. All right. So it'll be a jump cut for you. It'll probably be sometime in the evening for me. And we're gonna move this right along here. All right, as you can see, I got some tape on the really representing the left and the right side. All right, we're gonna get to doing the floral. The floral will be in blue, different hues of the same color. Okay, all right, I think we're gonna start off with probably a lighter version on this side, then medium, then maybe darker on that side. So we'll try that out. All right, we're gonna use the same half-inch brush. I'll kind of put this over toward this way so you guys can maybe see more of the painting and less of my head in the way of the painting. I'm just gonna go in here and we're going to fade some striations going here for the flower, and we're gonna work this to where the preceding color, the lighter color, will kind of melt into this here. I just got to work in some shadows for the other part of the leaf. With this flower, I'm going to try to keep it all one flower so that it doesn't look like it's part of different flowers. Okay. And try to round out this striations a little bit here. All right. We're going to do the same thing on the preceding flowers here. We got one right in here. That's the largest striations will be in the center, and then they kind of pan out a little bit lighter on the other side. And they're a little shorter, so like a little feeling out process here. A little heavier here. All right. So it's small on each side, larger in the middle where the curve might be. Okay. And you'll see as we do these florals how everything's going to kind of turn out. Now you got to pretty much concentrate on one flower at a time when you do this. Okay. I'm going to clean off the brush thoroughly. And remember, this side of the flower is going to be a lighter flower. All right, so I'm going to go into my white, a little touch of that Prussian blue. And then I'm going to go into my little glycerin here, and we're going to lighten this flower out a little bit here. I think that should be somewhat enough, I think, maybe not. If not, I'm going to make some more real quick just to lighten it up. I need plenty of paint, even if it is just a couple of small leaves. I just want to have enough of the right hue of paint. All right, because I can always go darker. It'd be a bear to try to bring it back to that lighter form. All right, and so right now we're just gonna really block the flower in. All right. I'm just gonna lightly block it. I'm going over the leaf itself. Okay. Now, once you're doing the filling out of the flower, the lighter part of the flower is in reverse. So in the middle of the flower, the middle of the flower will be shorter, but the edges of the flower will be longer strokes. Pretty much what you see me doing right now. All one shade. We're going to go to the other shades in a little while. All right. So that's one down. Okay. All right. We're going to dip into a little more glycerin. Let's loosen up the paint a little bit. You think you would have enough paint, and you'll quickly realize you really don't. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to kind of bring it right in. All the folds and whatever else I want to put in here will come a little bit later. Kind of work it right in there. Just like that. Everything else will come a little bit later. Okay. We have a petal here. Doesn't need any shading, just one consistent color. So, and still keeping it fairly light. So I'm just getting some more of the light blue color. And we're gonna just fill that right in. The striations and all the other fun stuff will come on out with it here. Fill it right in. just like that. Okay, now we'll start having our little fun with this in a second. All right. Okay. Now we can start going, you know, start designing things with it. I'm going to my titanium white for a minute and put it into this lighter blue so we can get some quick highlights going. I'm gonna dip a little bit of glycerin in there. All right. And so where I might figure the bend is going to be in some of these flowers, we'll kind of put it up here, we'll kind of put some here, and we'll kind of put some in here like that. All right, and then I'm gonna lightly just kind of wisp left and right, just to get a little glow going in here. Okay. Just like that. Don't need too much. Don't know how much of this is going to be shown on the actual video, but it is in there. And I'll kind of wisp some lighter stuff in here where I think the light would catch a little bit more. So, okay. Just like so. All right. Clean off the brush. We're going to go lighter for the highlights here. All right. Go into our titanium white. A little edge, a little blue on the edge, so it won't be totally white. Extremely light blue. I'm gonna go into my glycerin. I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit. It will not be totally white. It will appear that way, but it will not be. It's contaminated with a little bit of this light blue. Okay. All right, and we're just going to give a little press and come on in. Little press, come on in. Press it, and we're gonna bring some of that glow out there a little bit, right on its end, like so. Give it a nice little push and press, and you can judge for yourself how much of the intensity of that off blue you want. Okay, up to you. I'm getting a little more white. Contaminate it with a little touch of blue. Get a little bit of glycerin, just a little bit. You want the whitish blue to kind of maintain this opaque nature. The brighter you got it, the more the leaf tends to kind of pop out a little bit, like so. Okay. And that's basically what I'm doing, is just getting a little bit of. There we go. Much like that. Get some of that going there. All right. We're going to work on the other one. A little more white. Going into this blue a little bit. Get some glycerin. Kind of loosen up this paint a little. And we're going to start on this side. Now I want to kind of frame it a little bit. Just like that. And then we'll kind of get some striations in there. And then we'll play around with that outside edge, really get it to kind of bend and do a thing there, just like that. I want to get a nice flowing kind of edge there. Make it a little ragged, put a point in there somewhere. Okay. Kind of loosen up the flower a little bit, just like that. We'll put a little fold of something right in there like that. All right. All right. All right, we're going to go down to the bottom half, the bottom edge of the flower here. And we're going to give a nice little curve right in there like that. And maybe one of a point right there. And then we'll kind of wisp some of that in there like this. And pop that edge in there a little bit. Just like that. All right. So we pretty much got where the petals are going to be going. Now remember, some of these petals are little continuations. Okay, I got a petal edge that I need to straighten out here. I see it. I did catch myself, and I'm going to kind of flesh that out right now. It's right here. Right in here. We got a petal right on the edge here. Right there. Now, make sure that's put in there. All right, that's kind of important to put that there because it continues the front edge of the petals. And there's one right in here too. All right. Okay. Slowly peel that part off. And you kind of see where I'm going with this floral here. I can still save this tape. I can salvage the tape. Okay, so it's a little light here. We'll have it medium here. And it'll be dark over here on this side. So we're gonna still use our different tints of blue here. I'm going to go into my glycerin. I use this black blue color here. All right. Now we're going to go, because we'll concentrate on this one. We're going to go outward. Well, let's make sure I have enough. I don't really want to run out. So a little touch of black, a little touch of blue, a little more glycerin. This is darker blue here. So we'll work on flower. So you got to kind of look at where you're going with it here. A little larger out here. And then it kind of fans out. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's somebody's incredibly powerful bass inside of their vehicle. And it is strong for it to shake my windows. Just like that. Block it right in. All right. Of course, you guys didn't see none of that. Yes, you did. You seen a bit of it there. I'm going to bring it right over here to the edge. All right. That's a lot of wattage you got going through that. Just listening to it. Now we have this outside edge here, so I'm gonna, here it is right there. Now I will fan it out. I think I'll have it come this way, then this one here comes out like this. We're gonna get it kind of circular, and then it flares out back here. Now I have a petal here. All right, that's gonna go over this leaf, so we're pretty much good there. All right, and it's kind of important to kind of flare. We'll keep it dark here. Kind of flare it out here, and you'll see once you get accustomed to doing these, it'd be kind of like child's play, but you'll see. All right, and that's a petal going out toward that way. We got a petal definitely coming over this leaf here. Okay, so right in here, okay, fairly dark right in there, and it's definitely going to come out like that, right over that green there. It's going to flare outward. All right, the leaf is going to get covered quite a bit by that flower right in there. All right, now I'm not going to concentrate on the middle, not yet. We're only concentrating on this one side here. All right. Okay, let's the outside bowl. I still got this dark blue. I'm adding a little white to it, and we're going to block this in right now. Block it right in, just like that. this is the outside cupped petal that's facing us. It's folded over. All right, just like so. All right, all right. Okay. Now that we got this darker color here, we're going to go into our Prussian blue. I'm going to get a nice chunk of Prussian, put it over here. I'm going to lighten up just a tiny bit. I don't need it too light. This is the darker part of the flower. So, get some glycerin here. Loosen up this paint. All right. And here we go. We're going to work from the outside. All right. I'm going to give a press and come on in. Put it right out there. Right over the leaf. Okay. Blend it right into that darker color. I'm going to circle that around here. And we're going to curve it in a little bit. Put it right into that dark. We're going to highlight it. But as you see, it is a darker version of that blue. Just like that. All right. All right. Let's get the other side in there. A little more Prussian, a little bit of, well, a lot more glycerin. Because I'm using the 1/2-inch brush, really put that glycerin in. This is the outside edge, so we can let it be get a little more glycerin all for it. So we're going right out here, just like this. You're gonna bring it right into the other color. You're gonna bring it out, just like this. Pop it right in there. Blend it right into the other color. Fading it around, just like that. Okay, and that's the other one. Just like that. Fade it right in there. This petal, I'm going to lighten it a little bit. I'm getting some Prussian, a little touch of white for this. We're going to brighten that one a little more. It's going over the leaf. Okay. We'll brighten it just a little bit, just a little hair. We're going to brighten that just a little bit. All right, and we're going to come out just like this. You're pressing, go right over the leaf, right over that leaf with it. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. We're going to curve it in a little bit. Just like that. All right. Let's get a little bit of glycerin. We're going into that dark area, and we're going to take some titanium white, and we're going to brighten, throw some highlights in the dark edge of the flower there. Okay. And here we go. We're going to start right here from the bottom right here and give it a little push and go on in. A little push. Give it a nice strong push. Pop it in there. Start turning it the other way. We get some more white. Now this is up to you how much intensity you want with these guys. Okay, really up to you. And I'm picking and choosing where I want to pop that glow at with these flowers. Getting a little white. All right. This one right here, we're going to press and we'll just come on like this. I'm getting where the highlights of some of these petals would be. Okay, out here not so much. I'll give it a little rim and of color right there, but not too much. It's like that. It's kind of pop it in there and just like this. Okay, just in the back there. All right, we're gonna get a little bit of white, a little stronger white, not too much blending, and we're gonna pop in a nice little edge. Oh, right about here, just like that. I'm gonna get a little more white so we can kind of accentuate that tip a little bit, just a little bit on its end there. Maybe a little brighter here. We're gonna accentuate just little bits of the petal, not much, like so. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. As I'm still looking at it here, I'm just checking out certain things. All right. Okay, let's go up here and we'll play up here. Give it a nice little push and pop it in there. A little push and a little push. Just like that. And maybe kind of curve in, and we'll give it a little push here. Continue this one like that. The brighter the color, obviously the more it kind of pops and sticks out. All right. I don't need too many here. All right. Sometimes just a little bit on the edge is all you need. All right. Not too much up there. Just enough. Just enough. All right. I'll get a nice little traveling bit of color there, just to say that that one's bowled out a little bit there. Okay, you definitely got some distinct folds of color work in here, and I can mellow it out a little bit. It's just me, just keep rubbing it in there. Okay, all right. We don't have to worry about this side. We've got this side. We're gonna once I tape it off, we'll continue the outside petal, and we're gonna get an outside fold here. We can do that right now. All right, I'm just taking white. I got blue in the brush. I didn't totally take off the blue, so there's a fold right here. So I'm gonna create a fold in here. Come out, maybe come out a little bit more like that. So it's a little fold going on right there. Okay. We can start to do one here, but I think I'll save it for the middle part. No big deal. All right. As I'm looking, I think we're good as far as that's concerned. I'm just concentrating on where I want, whatever here. Let's go here for this guy, this petal. We'll just kind of, I'll do the border right here like that. All right, I'll take a little touch of dark blue, and we'll put that dark blue right in there. We'll kind of tease that a little bit, like in here like this. Actually, that's black, that's not blue. That's not blue, that's black. My bad. But that's okay. I can bring that back. Just like that. Let's put that blue back in there. Just like so. Put it back in there. Like that. Alright. Okay. I think we're good as far as that part of the flower is concerned. So we're going to concentrate now on the middle part of the flower. Take this tape, because this is just about dry enough where nothing will pick up. There's a correction I see I need to do, but I'm not going to worry about that exactly right now, because we're we're going to concentrate on that on the middle part right here. Let's make sure, make sure we got what we need to get here. I think we're good right here. All right, right in there. Okay, so we're in between colors as far as that's concerned. Pretty dark, so this is the center part of the flower. We're gonna fade that out a little bit. Darker here, it fades out here. It's fairly dark, it's deep in here. All in here is fairly dark. All right. Right up in here, gets a little larger here. Curves around. It's all right. All right. Just like that. Pop it right in there. And we're gonna play with this a little bit. All right. Like so. Remember, you got this flower in here. Okay. We're going to dip into a little of what I don't have. Hold on one second. Ran out of Prussian blue. All right. We're gonna go back into our Prussian. A little bit of black in that Prussian blue. A little bit, touch it with a little bit of white. I don't want it entirely super dark like the other ones. Okay. Get a little glycerin. Put it in this color. And we're gonna continue on. Let's go here underneath this bowl right in here like this. And we got a petal shooting out right here. A little longer here. Kind of flow that out. It's solid under here. It flares out here though. I'm looking. We got another petal right here. All right. Just like that. All right. That's for those two going on the outside there. And then we got that fellow there. Okay. All right. I'm looking. Because I think we can take this off. And we can continue that on. I'll turn this around. We're going to go this way. Because we're concentrating on the middle part of the flower. So we're going to continue the love. Just like that. Put it on this edge. Okay. Oh, I did not want to do that. My fault. I put the line right there too. I'm going to have to cover that up with orange. All right, that was my fault. There's a blue line going there. We'll cover that up. We'll take care of that. All right. We're going to frame in more dark right in here. Right in here. Same color. It's no different. Same color. It's all right. Yeah. See how you just continue that petal right up in there. Right in here. A little touch of white. Because it's not entirely super dark like the other outer edges. Get a little bit of glycerin, loosen up that paint. Put it on both sides. And we're going to continue this shading here. It's fairly deep. Right up in here, there's like one right up in here. We'll play with it right there. Okay. And then we got one going on the outside here. Just like that. Just like that. And we'll come up in here, we'll darken that a little bit. Remember, we got a folded petal right in here. Okay. All right. Let's go back into our Prussian. A little touch of white. It's kind of a medium tone here. Get a little bit of glycerin. Like I said, this flower will be closer to being matched as a whole flower. So I'm cognitive. I'm really aware of how the flower is designed and shaped right now. So we got one here. I'm going to take a little bit of titanium white, brighten it up a little bit. And we got one right in here. And we're framing, blocking in the outside cup. It's like this. Block it right in. Now we have a fold on one, which is this one. Not much of a fold on this one. This one we'll do something a little different, but we'll block it in first. Block it in pretty good here. Pretty solid color right there. Okay. Okay, let's get a little bit of white. I did not clean my brush, got a little glycerin on it there. So right in here, actually I can probably continue it with a, let me think first. Hold on. I can get away with it. Let's do this. Let's kind of lightly peel that off. See that fold? I want to continue that. So right here, just like that, and we'll kind of bring it in like this, and we'll be real cognitive of that edge right there, because it is a different color, so we can kind of play and get away with that. Just like that. Put it right in there. It's an outside fold there, and plus it is different color, but still you can still see it. All right. This fella here, let's darken him a little bit to match him up a little better. Right here, that little, right there. Okay, just like that. All right, okay. As I'm looking at it, I can pretty much get away with it. All right. This I got to get rid of, because that's just disturbing that I did that to myself. Let's see if I can get away with getting rid of that. I know I got blue there. I'm just cleaning it really well and wipe that right away. I should be able to get rid of that. It is just water wiping it away while it's still somewhat wet. Okay. Wipe it away. Get rid of that. Just like that. Okay. We got some dark to kind of compensate, so we're gonna do that real quick. Right up in here. Okay. Right up in here. Get pretty close. Pop it in there. Just like that. All right. Cover that up a little bit, just like that. Okay, so we got a fold coming here. I could essentially do the same thing here, but I don't want to. Let's do something a little different there. Let's get a little bit of glycerin, get a little touch of white. All right, and we're going to get some striations to kind of accentuate that bowl. So I'll just come up and turn, up and turn. We're going to turn it and really give that bowl a nice little look here. Come on in there like this. Okay. Come up around that edge. It's really important to get a nice tight edge there. As you go around, you start to curve it the other way. Like that. Nice circular curve there. Okay. we're gonna strengthen up that edge. So I'm going into my white, which is contaminated already with blue, so it's not totally white. And here we go. Watch, little pop of color there of white. See that? And all right, give it a little point there, and we'll give it a nice little sharp point there. See now that, see how it cups, that color kind of frames that cup there. All right, so you got one folded over, one going that way in that direction. Okay. Okay, let's play this fella up here, or down there. So we're going back into our Prussian. I'll lighten it up a little bit. Let's get quite a bit of it here. All right. And we're gonna block it in. We're gonna come right in there. Okay, and we're gonna block it in. See this? There. Heavy on the outside, it lightly goes in on the inside there. And once again, we're just blocking color. I'm gonna come out here, same thing, heavy out here, and you feather it in the inside there. Mainly you're trying to cover up the orange out there. Like so. Pop it right in there. All right, I need some more white because I ran out of white, but that's fine because we're near the end of this, believe it or not. We're almost there, guys. We're almost, hey, you guys asked for this. It is very time consuming, but it's such a wonderful effect. You know, you take your time, try to get it right. And it's really nice effect. Getting some brighter blue here. I'll dip a little bit of glycerin in there. Just brighten that up a little bit more. It is just the little bit of the petal there. I'll probably curve this in a little bit like that. Okay. Then we'll come back out here and we'll play. Come back out here and play a little bit. There we go. Just like so. So they're different colors, but it's clearly the very same same open rose. Okay. All right, let's get some more Prussian blue. We're going up above, right up in here. I'll block it in a little bit, and we'll feather that. Feather it right in. Right now we're just blocking in that color. Come right in here, block it right in, fade it right in there. Just like that, fade it right in. We'll get the other stuff going. Okay, have it come down a little bit more, like that. All right, let's do the other one. Just a little touch of glycerin here. And we got this fella here. Pop it right in there. A little strong on the outer edge, it feathers inward. All right, I definitely need more, so I'm going into my glycerin, or I'm sorry, going into my Prussian blue, getting a little bit of white, getting that medium tone again. All right, it can be a little bit darker. It's gonna probably cast a little bit of a shadow in here because of the other petal right in here. I'm just blocking in color, then I'll go in this directional turn here, like so. Block it right in and kind of curve that in there. This is one large petal here, so put that. Don't be afraid to put, really put that color in there. Going in toward the center. Pop it right in there like this. Okay, like that. Okay, let's go get some white and throw some highlights in there. A little touch of glycerin. And right up in here, give it a nice little press and bring that in. And we'll kind of get a nice little fold going on in there like this. And then put it in like so. Covering that orange. All right, so now we got a folded petal in there. Okay, still the same petal, but it's just folded in. Okay, all right. Go back into our white. Back out here. Give him a little touch. Okay. And we'll go a little stronger here. Bring it down a little further. We're going to curve it inward. Curve it on in. Continue from the other side. Okay. What I am going to do, I'm going to peel apart. And now you see what it looks like. Okay. In here, we're going to continue that on. That's fine. No problem there. All right, I'm going to show you how we do that. Still keep the same flow. Make it still look like the same flower. All right. This part is not as troublesome. It's not as hard as you would think. Just getting some blue and black, and we're going to continue that dark right in here. So we'll kind of pop them in there like that. So we'll put them in there like so. Okay. This guy on the outside, don't worry about that. We'll take care of that too. All right. So as I'm looking at it, we still got our flow of the flowers. Okay. They're just a different color corresponding with the outside border. That's all. Darken that there. I can take some of this dark and get rid of some of that orange I see in there. Just flare it out a little bit, that's all. Okay, this fella here I'm just gently putting more dark in, just to, one, get rid of that orange that I see in there. Flare it out there. Okay, that kind of helps you out there to frame that petal. Yeah, just like that. Just frame it up, brighten it up a little bit around in this area. Just like this. Alright, alright. Let's put a little bit of love on the tips of these guys. It's just a push. Alright, a little push of white. We're going to continue that over there. So we're going to get a little bit of blue, put it into the white, just to continue it right here, right in that line there, and we can expand it there because it is a different color, so we can get away with it just like that. And you're just expanding that petal. It is a different color, but it's still the same flower there, just like that. All right, I don't think I need to expand or do anything else anywhere else. I'll come in here and I'll get rid of some of that orange. All right, in here, tap it, get rid of some of that orange. All right, so I'm still checking it out. Still looking at something right here. I can kind of bring this out right there. See, match it right up. All right, still looking at things. I'm gonna get a little bit of white. I didn't clean the brush. All I need to do is add a little touch in there like this. Okay, that's all. We'll bring a little bit of that right here too to continue that look. I'll be honest with you. Add some more striations here. A little more directional stuff happening there. Actually, I like the way that looks, so we'll continue it here. I just want to continue that little petal thing on that side, just to, I don't see anything else that needs any changing, really. I'm just picking and choosing where to add certain little flourishes there. That's all. Where certain things need to be touched up, brightened a little bit. And I don't think I need anything else to be accentuated too much more. Maybe above the leaves here we can kind of wake those up a little bit, where you see it's pretty dark. Okay, I really don't think it needs anything else. I brighten them up just to show them off a little more. That's all. We're pretty dark at it. We can kind of pump up some color here. All up to you. Like I say, this is like nitpicky little things here. All right, well, I guess we'll draw little stamens and then slightly call it a day. And we'll just light little taps like this, especially down toward the bottom. We'll keep it in a circular type of pattern. They get a little looser once you get up to the top there. Come on up here, group it. You group them, and then they expand as you move away. But group them toward the center, pretty heavy. All right, and it opens up as you know, just like that. All right. Going into my white, I did not clean the brush. We'll put it over here. We'll kind of tease the light side of the flower there, and we'll pump up the bright side there. And we'll kind of just like this, but it gets a little light out here. Okay, as it curves around, it gets a little sparse in its color, like that. Put some of that bright in the center there, like that. All right. I do appreciate you guys watching this. I had a feeling when I did the rainbow rolls, I was going to end up doing a tutorial for this because people were going to ask. And that's cool. That's cool. If you want to try this out, now you know what it entails. I would love to see your variations of it. Please try it out. It's fun. like I said, there was a gentleman, his name is Tim Gagnon, that did this. Well, not this floral, but the technique. And the technique was it's incredible. You can do so much with it. I just decided to do, the floral. Now I got a vertical floral. I got a horizontal floral. Let's pull this camera back. Okay, guys. Well, there you go. Obviously, you can see by my shadow that I'm standing right beside it. But there you go. I'm hoping that you guys can really see this okay. There's a few touch-ups I need to do on it because I see the orange going through. But I can easily touch that up. That's no big deal. But there you have it. The different hues of orange. Then you got the different hues of blue, which is the complementary color of orange. Green is in blue. Blue is in green. So everything kind of matches up. All right. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. For those of you who are a little more risk takers and adventurous, I hope you try this out. All right. Love to see what you come up with, and leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. It all helps. All right. I'll see you when I see you.